last 4 years for the American small business owner has been a real slog. Now, 2013 did show some improvement, but it really looks more and more like 2014, this year, will be a very strong turning point. Let's talk with Michael Alter. He is the CEO and president of SurePayroll, and you take an assessment of small business owners once a month. And you're looking at some real key indicators here, particularly optimism that is as high as it's been in how many years?
This is as high as it's been in a few years, for sure. And we're at 70% now, which is, 7 in 10 small business owners feel optimistic about the future. That's a strong number. Hopefully it'll go a little bit stronger into 2014, but certainly as strong as we've seen in a while.
And you also said that a majority, 3/4 of small business owners say that, at least for last year, they exceeded their expectations. So that plays into that optimism.
Right. Well, they met or exceeded their expectations. Okay. So that only means that 1 in 4 of them went the wrong way. And so that's a positive again, because as we look into 2014, when you come off a year where 3 in 4 met or exceeded their expectations, 70% are feeling good about the future, that says to me we're going to see more growth, and hopefully that means we're going to see some hiring.
Hiring, that is the real tipping point, because that's been a real lagging indicator. Mm-hmm. Is it likely in your expert assessment that 2014 will be a turning point there?
I think if we continue on the direction that we will, I believe we will see some stronger hiring in 2014. One of the things you've seen in the last couple of years is you've seen a little bit of revenue growth among small businesses, but for the most part the productivity growth in those businesses have exceeded the revenue growth. And I think we're now at a point where as revenue growth picks up a little bit, we've already gotten a lot of productivity gains, it's going to be time to start hiring.
Yeah, productivity, you can only get so much out of each individual employer. And another key indicator here is that contractors, which have been sort of a hedge against hiring, that number is now on the downward side.
Right, and so we saw for the first time in the fourth quarter, we saw the number of contractors in our survey fall slightly, which means that people are a little bit more confident about the future, more willing to hire full-time employees. As a matter of fact, 3 in 4 of the small business owners we surveyed said they don't plan to hire contractors in 2014. Again, I think a good sign for the future.
And that idea of uncertainty, I guess that's the inverse of optimism, right? Because that was very high for a very long time.
Absolutely. When you think about what we had at the beginning of 2013, there was tremendous uncertainty. We had the fiscal cliff. We had the unknown issues around what our tax rates were going to be. We had the health care uncertainty. We had a bunch of other global macroeconomic issues going on. As we move into 2014, we still have some uncertainty, but a lot of those things are behind us, right? We have this new deal on the budget, which means we don't face this government shutdown again like we did. We've got still some uncertainty around health care, but I think it's less so than what we've seen in the past.
Michael Alter with SurePayroll, thanks so much.
Thanks for having me.